The first thing you must do in bed: 1. Giving her an orgasm before intercourse starts. This is far and away the biggest thing women wish men did more of in bed. Most men don't do this. Instead, they clumsily plow straight to intercourse as fast as possible. This means that foreplay usually consists of a few minutes of obligatory kissing, followed by a few minutes of obligatory breast stimulation, followed by a few minutes of obligatory cunnilingus until the ultimate goal of intercourse is reached. This isn't what women want. If you can give her an orgasm before you penetrate her, then it's guaranteed to be good sex in her book, even if you don't last as long as you'd like. And on top of this, giving her an orgasm will make her more responsive and much more likely to have another orgasm during intercourse. Sex becomes better for you, and for her. 2. Paying attention to non-obvious erogenous zones. Most men only pay attention to the obvious spots on a woman's body when trying to give her sexual pleasure, like the breasts, clitoris and G-spot. But women don't want you to only pay attention to these spots. They want you to pay attention to their whole body. This is because there are 16 other hidden erogenous zones on her body which can give her pleasure, and which can actually make her more sensitive to vaginal stimulation. Most men don't know about these. But if you're one of the rare men who does, then she'll be screaming your name in pleasure. 3. Lasting longer in bed. We've been told that women don't mind if you don't last that long in bed, as long as you're good with your fingers, and that it's okay for a man to only last a few minutes in bed. This is a big steaming heap of BS. Women hate it when a man shoots off too soon because it prevents them from having orgasms. How would you feel if a woman got you close to an orgasm, then all of a sudden stopped, rolled over, and went to sleep? You need to know how to last 30 minutes in bed at the minimum. If you really want to drive women wild, then you should learn how to last over an hour in bed. And of course you can have a quickie once in a while, but most of the time women will need a minimum of 30 minutes of intercourse to have multiple orgasms. 4. Teasing her until she begs for it. From many conversations and interviews with women, I know the typical man in bed does almost no teasing. He just plows forwards directly to his goal of intercourse with no finesse, just doing the minimum necessary to get to penetration. What women want is for you to build up to a sexual action with teasing until she's practically begging you for it. Then give her the gratification. For example, with oral sex, most men just dive right in. What would turn her on much more is if you kiss up her inner thighs, and breathe warmly on her vagina. Then, so lightly she can barely feel it, run your tongue over her clitoris. Do this until she's pleading with you to give her more, and then give her the gratification. She'll enjoy it about 100 times more. This leads into the next things women want more of in bed, which is 5. More oral sex. I'm constantly amazed by how many men have told me that they don't give women oral sex that often, or that they don't do it at all. The justification which I've heard so many times is it's okay, I'm good with my fingers. This is like a girl telling you I don't give blowjobs. But it's okay, I'm good with my hands. It's just not the same. If you know how to do it right, giving her oral sex is the fastest and easiest way to give her orgasms. Plus, once you make her finish through oral sex, she'll be much more responsive during intercourse. And much more likely to go down on you. Give your girlfriend plenty of oral sex, and she will love you for it. 6. Turning her on with your words. Most men are afraid to say anything or make any noise in bed because they're afraid the woman will think they're cheesy or weird. But if they were privy to these private female conversations, they would know the exact opposite is true. A woman gets weirded out by a guy who is completely silent in bed, because she doesn't know whether or not he's even enjoying it. It's a turn-off. Think about it, would you be turned on more by a woman who lay there as silent and still as a corpse, or a woman who's screaming your name in pleasure and telling you she loved your cock? You need to learn how to be vocal in bed, and how to turn a woman on through sexual talk. 7. Using more sexual eye contact. Have you ever had an orgasm while looking into your partner's eyes the entire time? It is one of the most intensely pleasurable experiences you can have. The sexual eye contact heightens the feelings of pleasure and connection beyond anything I can describe in words. And any woman who has experienced this before craves more of it. Avoid the typical routine of turning off all the lights and just grunting and pounding away in the dark. Start to work some eye contact into your sexual encounters, and see how much it turns her on. Of course, you have to learn how to do this in the right way. But once you do, she'll love it. 8. Paying attention to her after sex. After sex, she is completely open and vulnerable to you. Most guys squander this time though by ignoring her after sex, or by just going to sleep. Women don't come down from sexual pleasure as quickly as men though, so she's going to want you to hold her and be close to her while she does. Believe me, she'll enjoy sex much more if you just spend a few minutes doing this. Plus, what most guys don't know is that after sex is the best time to strengthen her sexual bond to you, so that she wants to have sex more in the future. If you're doing the right things here, you'll never have to beg and plead for sex because her sexual bond to you will be so strong she'll be eager for sex whenever you want it. 9. Getting her to perform for you. Men are obsessed with putting in a good performance in bed. And to some extent this is not a bad thing. You do want to give her sexual pleasure and orgasms, but if you need to be performing for her all the time, then this can be a big turn-off for her. She wants a guy who can also set up situations where she can perform for him. For example, almost all women love giving blowjobs if the guy can get her thinking about them the right way. And if you can get her to perform for you like this, especially if she is doing something she usually doesn't do for other guys, it'll be a huge sexual thrill to her. Think about the rush you get from giving her a huge orgasm. This is what she'll experience if you know how to bypass her inhibitions and get her to perform for you in bed. 10. Learning how to give her orgasms. We, as men, typically find it hard to seek out coaching to become better in bed. Our egos get in the way, and we like to think that we know it all even if our sex lives could use a lot of improvement. From a woman's perspective, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. After all, to learn any other less important skill, you would seek out information on how to do it. I mean, would you try to learn a sport or martial art by just figuring everything out yourself? Or would you read and watch some things to learn the basics, and get a coach to help you?